It's a freaking gap between thighs. And I really thought this gap will bring me happiness. And here we are again. Just thank you for all your comments on my last videos. I didn't expect that, and it motivates me to do more videos, and especially in English. So we are back, and this time I will discuss about a subject that is really important to me because I've suffered from it from so many years, and I know from my clients and also so many messages and comments I get every day, sadly, something that a lot of girls, especially young girls and younger in this society, I feel like. I will discuss about binge eating disorder. What is it, why you have it, like behavior that trigger binge eating disorder, and how you can fighting and beat it one for all, because you can get out of this vicious circle. I know you probably think there is no hope, like you're tired of trying each time and feel like a failure, but we will cover it. So if you're only interested in that, just go a little bit after the video. But right now I'm going to the gym. I'm going to do my legs. I just ate my breakfast just quickly. I don't really have a lot of time, like I had lots of clients this morning to work on, but fortunately I've done overnight oats that wasn't supposed to be my breakfast. Usually I prefer to eat toast with peanut butter, stuff like that, but I ate that overnight oat with soy milk, then a banana mashed in it and cook with the oat. Usually I don't cook my oats, like I just put liquid on it and eat it like this, usually at night, but this time I did that. I put raisin on it as well, and then after I top it with peanut butter, no, it was almond butter, chia seed, because almonds have a lot of omega-6, which is great, but you need to balance it with a source of omega-3, so I add chia seed. I add it after. I should have added directly on the porridge, so it will have a even better consistency, but I just forget. And oh yeah, and I add some berries that I just picked in the nature 2 days ago, and I don't even understand, like it's not the season at all. Even the figs are out. But anyway, enough rambling, like I don't want the video to be too long. Let's hit the gym. Oh, and it just have nothing to deal with, but do you dare wearing sports bra at the gym? Because to be honest, I always tell myself, okay, this time you do it, and that no. I know I won't be comfortable like doing my sport, so I always wear a shirt. So tell me in comment if you dare wearing like sports bra, and you should. Like when I see girls wearing sports bra, I absolutely don't care. Just let me know. That's so weird. It's like an allergic reaction to a dumbbell or something like that. I haven't hurt myself. Urticaire in France, and it was always at the same dumbbell, like the 7 kilos. I'm back home and I'm so hot, but I just want to tell you something on my bike. I call it Sky, so obviously because it's blue like the color of the sky, but also because like the sky you have endless possibilities with him. I can go everywhere, I can do everything, like I'm free with my little transport. If you can tell, I'm obviously in love with my bike, and this to protect it from the rain. Back home, I just wanted to rant about a little story time that happened to me. So when I went back home, I just came across my neighborhood that asked me for a question. The conversation goes on, and she asked me what I was doing in life. So I told her online training, coaching, training and nutrition. And so as she was in the fitness game when she was younger, she's quite old now, she told me like she feel like she lost all her muscle and stuff, which is quite normal in her age, and she told me like no, she had to eat more protein. So I went, okay, what she will tell me? And she told me I tried to add chia seed. I was like, what? Like first in France, she has seen it's not common at all, and from old lady it's even more cute. But anyways, and she told me like she has osteoporosis, yes, I think you say like that. She asked me for some advice, and first things first, I tell her, do you consume any dairy products? She tell me yes and stuff, and I was like, okay, so I think it's the first thing you need to check. Then I explained her really everything with detail and deeping, like, oh yes, milk contains calcium, but milk deplete calcium actually in your body. I made a post about it. If I think about it, I will link it below. So I tell her, and also she's not a baby anymore, she's not a cow, like, and it's really makes sense for her. I make my good action of the day, and she will now eat and drink plant-based milk. Like, yeah, but it's really cool, and she was super open-minded and really understood all of this. So yeah, just wanted to touch on about it, that I think it's quite funny. So now I will do my post-workout meal like I do usual. So yes, let's go. Which one do you think I should be? I will take the maca caramel today. So nothing more easier. You take 1 scoop of your favorite protein powder, and to it you simply add water. Add as much liquid as you want the consistency to look like. I like it thick like this. And what you will do is to cut your fruit and dip it to it. Actually, I forget to tell you, this morning I also ate this, and then after I remind myself, oh shit, I have to save it for my post-workout meal, so I stop it. That's so my life, you know. Never forget the most important steps. Heaven in your mouth. So just let me enjoy all of this, and I come back with the binge eating tip. As you can see, I always have protein and things that soak in my kitchen every time. Very important to do that. Check out my other video where I talk about it. Hey guys, so it's the moment when I talk about binge eating. I will talk a little bit about my story and how you can get out of it, because yes, it's possible. I know you probably don't have hope anymore. You're tired of this vicious circle, but I will talk about it. I was in the same place. I will try to not range too long because I know the video is already super. I haven't prepared anything, like I want to be spontaneous. I will probably forget a lot of things. I hope you will understand with my English, but maybe I will add with another videos. We will see. Anyways, I have an ebook about it. So my story, it starts just normally, like nicely. I went in high school and I wanted to lose a little bit of weight, like nothing major. I just tried to eat a little more healthier, what I thought was healthier, but anyway, that's not the subject. And then slowly it starts to get kind of an obsession. To a point, it became an obsession. Slowly but surely, it happened. It took over my life. Or just a little thing I would like to tell you. Sometimes I will speak in the present, sometimes I will speak in the past. I'm really sorry about it. I'm not really comfortable with my English with conjugation, so I'm sorry about it. But I'm talking about the past, like I think you're smart enough to understand when things happen. So when I first tried to lose weight, I really thought less was the solution. It's only leads me to binge eating disorders. I tried to attempt any kind of trick and tips to lose weight, to eat less calories, like I was researching every single day the miracle solution, or I don't know, the food or things. Oh my god, I found the solution to be able to eat more volume but no calories, you know, things like that. I was in a way fighting against myself, against my body and everything it tried to tell me. I just wanted to change myself because I hated me, not because I loved me. I didn't want it to eat healthy and be the best version of myself like I told you every time right now, but I just hate me, like basically to the point of a self-hate behavior. I remember also spending my days on Tumblr looking at goals like thigh gap. Yeah, I know, so stupid now with a step back. It's a freaking gap between thighs, and I really thought this gap will bring me happiness. When I will have the gap, everything will be bright and I will be happy with myself, and that's crazy, this mentality. And now that I realize that, it's crazy how much I've changed, you know. Now I try to close the gap, you know. But anyway, and so all my day was looking at that I was trying to eat at less calories as possible, to restrict myself, not listen to my hunger cues, anything. I thought I was in control, but was I really? Or it was the food that controlled me? Think about it if it's your situation. Like you think by doing this you are in control, that's the opposite. And by doing that always leads me to binge eating at night, at evening, for dinner. Every time. I remember at school trying to either skip breakfast or every time out tactic, like staying at school to be able to eat lunch at school because I knew I wouldn't be able to binge. But in my mind, if I will be honest with me, like in my mind I knew I will have the possibility to binge at night, and finally I was preparing everything to be able to binge at night. When I talk about binge eating disorder, you have to understand, because I see some of my clients saying they have binge eating disorder, but binge eating disorder is different from over-treating yourself. When they tell me, oh, I've eaten everything, I've binged on one cookies, I haven't followed the plan, I'm like, no, that's just treating yourself or overeating, not the one cookie, but that's not binge eating. If you have a binge eating disorder, if you're watching this video, it's like literally eating all the food in your kitchen. When I say all, it's all the food. You are in autopilot, you're not yourself anymore. When I stopped my binge, I didn't even remember all the things I ate. I didn't even remember my behavior. It's like when you're on drugs. So it's from the savory food to the salty, sugary, even frozen. I remember eating frozen pizza because you are in a urge. It's not like, oh, a piece of pizza. It's you are really in a urge to eat. You have to eat now. You don't have time to microwave it, or I don't know. It's now. Just because you're disgusted about yourself, you hate yourself, or you have to I don't know. And this until you really can't. It's physically impossible. Everything hurt in your body. You feel your heart in your belly. Like you know if you have it. I just want to tell you that it's not indulging yourself. It's not just overeating a little bit. Here we're talking about binge eating disorder. And on the side note, I feel so bad for my mother because at the time I was living in my mom's house. It lasts for all my teenager basically, from my high school. If you are a teenager, you have this kind of trouble or any kind of eating disorder, please do something for yourself, because your teenager is the most precious time you have in your life. Like you experience everything. I've ruined so much of my young age. When you experience things, when you find yourself and everything, and don't do that. Mistakes. Life is so much more than food, but I will talk about it at the end. So, but for my mother, what I was saying is that I feel so bad for her because every time she went out from her job, the kitchen was pretty empty. She has nothing to eat, so I felt bad for me, but for her as well. A double pain, because after being you feel like shit, but less than a shit, But I remember her trying to hide some food in the apartment, but I was doing everything to find it. That's pretty shaming for me to tell you that, but it's the truth. Also show that it's a serious problem, it's a serious issue. It's not just oh yeah, you have a binge eating disorder, okay, you overeat a little bit, you have the power to stop when you want. A little bit more complicated than that. And now that I talk about my story, let's telling you why you have this binge eating disorder. So basically I was constantly depriving myself from everything. From nourishment, from love, from joy, from satisfaction, from rest, because usually when you have this kind of eating disorder, you have a tendency to compensate. And this is when you go into this vicious circle of restriction, compensation, binging. Restriction, compensation, binging, over and over and over and over, always deeper and deeper and deeper in the both sides. You have to train even more to burn more calories. You have to restrict even more. So what your body does, urge you to binge to get the nutrient back, the calories back, the energy back, and then you binge even more. Because you binge even more, you need to restrict even more, to go exercise even more. You're even more tired. So what? Your body needs even more energy. So you will binge even more. And it gets to a point of, yes, Maybe first it's psychological. Like I think you don't have those kind of behavior if you are surrounded by positive, loving people. Everything is right in your life. In the first place, okay, maybe it's a psychological aspect. This can be different from everybody. But after, it starts to become physical. This is when it's harder to control. It's not like your mental that controls it, it's literally your body. And when your body tells you something, it's like an injury. You can't control an injury, a broken bones. You can't with your mind repair it. This is the same. So I will try to explain you as quick as possible. You start to get deficiency. I'm not even talking if you put. I never done that, and I'm glad to it because it gets everything even worse. Never done it. Why? Because I knew it will get things even worse. Also because I won't gonna lie, I thought about it. I Google research it on internet, and all the things that can happen to you when you done that, it was a no. You can lose your hair or your teeth and everything, having cancer and stuff. So this no. And if it's your case, please Google the symptoms and you will stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. But so you get a deficiency, so it's not only your mind, but now it's your body that you should to be. You are now in a calorie deficit because of your excessive amount of workout, your restriction habits. So you're tired, your muscle needs fuel, whole body needs fuels and nutrients, your brain, your whole body, and so you need to get your calorie back. So long story short, it's your restriction that trigger your. I think you understand that, and you really need to understand that. Binge eating is simply an adaptive response to your dieting habit. And no, you will tell me, yes, but I need to be in calorie deficits to lose weight. First, it's not like that is really happen, but you don't need to restrict that much. Over exercise to compensate after. Does it bring you results? Those kind of behavior? No. I promise you that you can try, you should try on a weight loss journey or healthy journey or anything. You should want to eat healthy, to be the best version of yourself. You shouldn't have to. And this makes the world of difference. You don't do it because you hate yourself, you do it because you love yourself. When you are in this such a drastic calorie restriction, over exercising, tired, exhausting in your mind, exhausting in your body. Basically, what your body do is to get in a survival mode. Every time you will have a little piece of any kind of food, your body will tell you to eat as much as possible in prevention to the next restriction phase. So stop restricting, stop being obsessive with your scale. Try to fix your environment if you can. If you've seen that you have this kind of behavior when you're around certain people, try to avoid them. I know this can be hard, especially if you are young and it's like your family. I know it. This is a learning that you have to get through, to not let them having you, not let anyone energy having you. I keep learning that it's not something you get from day to another, but try to fix it as well. Crave for a variety and a balance, not a certain number on the scale. You have to understand that it's not any kind of shape that will bring you happiness. I know you can say like it's easy for you and everything. I promise you, it's not because you are skinny. It's not because you are fit. It's not because you have big glutes, small glutes, that you look like a Victoria's Secret, that you are happy and confident in yourself. I promise you, confidence does not have a look. You can have pimples everywhere, be overweight, and be confident as fuck. And this is what is beautiful. You don't have to be obsessed with trying to change yourself. Do it for yourself. Try to get the most of yourself, and results will come. Like, don't be in this obsession and try to control everything when in fact you don't control anything. Also, don't fear or cut any kind of food. This can also trigger binge eating, because if you put food in the red zone, especially if it's healthy foods like peanut butter or fats or carbs, every time you will get around it, you will binge on it because you know you won't be allowed to have them later. You try to get as much as possible right now because later you won't be able to have it anymore, and also because your body lacking. So like I said, it's just a survival mode. And last things I would like to touch on it, also try to find other way to feed your feelings, you know. This behavior won't help you to feel better. you know it's make it worse. By doing all of this, you stay in your bubble, you stay in the zone, so you just have to think only about it. You kind of hide any other problems in your life, any other thing, and this is not something healthy, and it is not something that will help you help anything with your problems. Accept the experience you're having without judging yourself, because resistance only brings negative emotion and makes the yours even worse. Distance yourself and realize you are not your emotion. I know for myself, journaling helped me a lot. There is so much more things you can do, and so much trick and things you can implement in your life to make it better and lighter, and realization you have to do, but it will be too much to tell in just one video, and I'll just have 3 minutes left to tell you all of this, so I will end up this. For more info, I do online training coaching, and it's so rewarding when I see just people getting out of this, because I know the struggle is it. I know how much pain there are, and when I see them blowing, and it's mind-blowing for me that they just get rid of that eating disorder in 1 week or 4 weeks. Like, when for me it took me years. They are so strong. Like, I work with so strong and powerful woman, but enough rambling. I think I have covered everything I wanted to say. Yes, just find other ways to enjoy life. Just basing your life around food is not normal, and especially if you're young. Like, I've lost all my teenager and I regret it so much. Like, I don't regret it, but because it makes me who I am now, and I won't be able to do my job and everything I do now without it. But if it's your case, you can get out of this, and please keep fighting. You have the power. Don't victim yourself and say you can't control it. You can. I've done it. Yes, it's lots of work, it's lots of time, but if you have the great tools, if you help and anything, you can, my peeps, like, really. If you can't give you any hopes, just go to my highlight on Instagram or check the testimonies of my girls. Like, they recover, they feel better, they feel confident, and just check their testimonies. Like, I'm sure it will give you hope. So let's continue this Sunday. I really hope it helped you. If you have any question, of course, feel free to ask. I've already done this video in French, but I think it was good to tell you in English. Yeah, so I have few seconds before the thing. So bye bye, and see you in the next clip. I'm preparing. I'm going to take a photo shoot at the beach if I can, because I have a huge food baby. I just ate. It's not the ideal for taking a picture, but anyway, we'll see how it goes. And no, I don't spend my life at the beach. Like, yeah, kind of, but it's just that it's like my office and the place where I took my picture, so not bad. I'm going with a friend, so I'm quite uncomfortable sometimes. Ask them to take videos of me and speaking in English, because remember, everybody speaks French around me. Let's go. And yes, every time I wear jewelries, it's because I'm taking pictures, because actually I love them. Like, it's so beautiful, but I can't. Like, I can't keep them, it's bother me too much. First thing first I do when I go back home is taking this off. I don't know why. I love them, but like, I can't. I don't know if I'm the only one like this. Actually, to be honest, first things first that I do when I go back home, I wear pajamas. Like, first thing first. I can't keep my clothes that I wear outside, like, no. So, let's go. I don't think that will work because I just ate, and I try to focus on like high calorie dense food, so not much more volume, but yeah, Instagram versus reality. And it's alright, babes, it's normal to have a food baby, and actually it's quite a low food baby for me. So we go to the beach. Currently at home, eating Brazilian nuts while waiting for my friends to come. I'm always ready in advance, like I need to stop this habit. I don't know why. Waiting. before going back home from the beach, like I went back to my mom's house just to take a little tea and starter, and it's something like so cute. I will show you. So this is a little starter. It's crackers with grains, apple, cherry tomatoes, tomatoes, bananas, olive, nuts. I will end this vlog here. I hope you like the video and you find all the tips really helpful. Don't hesitate if you need help with your training, with your nutrition. All coaching info are in my bio like always. I hope you have or will have a lovely day. Thanks for your time and watching this video, and wish you a lot of sunshine. Bye!